Do you want to start getting phone calls as soon as you launch a Google Ads campaign? Many businesses waste weeks or even months before start seeing real results. In this video, I'll give you a step-by-step blueprint how to start getting phone calls from day one without wasting ad spend. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you want to get phone calls from day one, you need to apply specific strategies, and they can help you to get phone calls as soon as possible. So you can expect getting phone calls the next day, or let's say within 2 to 3 days, you can start getting phone calls from Google Ads. So as you can see, for the last 30 days, we've got 507 phone calls and 723 conversions, and these conversions can be form submissions as well, and this can be phone call button clicks from the website, and it can also be phone calls directly from the ads. So I'm going to share the tactics and strategies, what it takes to get phone calls, and if you're expecting to get phone calls from day one, what you need to do. And I'm going to share you the tactics from my experience. So the first way would be to target the highest intent keywords. By highest intent, I mean you need to target the keywords which has the buyer intent. So you should not target generic keywords, and try to target the keywords which has at least 3-4 words, and they should be descriptive, and they should be types of keywords that can be used by your ideal customer. So let's say if you're a plumber, your ideal customer should search something like plumbing services near me, and you should not target the keywords with 1 or 2 words. So you should not target keywords like plumbing or plumbing services. Yes, they may bring you some calls, but the quality can be mixed. There can be some people who just click on your ad, and they might be just looking for information, and they may not have intent to call to your business or to use your services. So if you want to have the highest chance of receiving phone calls, and if you want to receive phone calls with the highest quality, you should target the highest intent keywords which your ideal customers might use and which has the buyer intent. And the more descriptive the keywords, the higher the buyer intent can be. A quick reminder, if you want my free video on how I doubled my phone calls using 2 key strategies in Google Ads, you can click the link in the description below and I'll send it to you right away. And the next one can be, you should not target broad match keyword, and that might be obvious for some people, but I've also seen some people saying you can also use broad match. But based on my experience, broad match can bring lots of irrelevant and low quality clicks, and it can waste a lot of your budget, and you need to get more data before using broad match keyword. So let me show you an example from an account. And this account, as you can see, has got 113 phone calls and 196 conversions. And it can also be phone call button clicks and direct calls from the ads. And very small percentage can be form submissions. But most of the calls we're getting with this account are phone calls. And which kind of keywords we're using here? We're going to go to the keywords, click on keywords. And as you can see, most of the keywords are phrase and exact match type of keywords. And we have 241 keywords. And if you're gonna sort by the number of clicks, most of the clicks we're getting are coming from phrase and exact match keywords. And I would say to 70% of the keywords are coming from phrase match keywords, and the rest are coming from exact match keywords. And I would not use broad match keywords at all. But after some time, after I get some data, if I'm sure that if I'm going to add enough negative keywords, then I can use broad match type of keywords, because broad match type of keywords can attract irrelevant keywords, and those keywords can include lots of competitor names, and people might be looking for your competitors, and your ads may show up. And if you are using call extensions, they can just, without reading your headline, click on your call extensions and ask your competitor's name, and obviously that's a low quality call. So I would suggest you not to use broad match type of keywords. And even sometimes phrase match can attract lower quality clicks, but you should see that initially, if it starts to attract lower quality clicks and the quality is much lower than exact match type of keywords, you can start using exact match type of keywords. And you can also slowly start using phrase match type of keywords, because if you're going to only use exact match type of keywords, your search volume may drop. That's why I would not recommend to only use exact match keywords. You should also use phrase match type of keywords, but make sure that you're going to add them slowly. And if your industry is very competitive, and if it can attract your competitor names, you can slowly add negative keywords, and those negative keywords can include your competitor names. And with that way, you can use both exact and phrase match type of keywords, and you can get high quality phone calls. And the next very good strategy, if you want to receive phone calls immediately, is you need to spend more initially. So let's say you are planning to spend $50 per day. But if you want to achieve results faster, and if you want to make the learning period faster, you can spend $70 to $80 initially. But let's say after a week or 10 days, you can reduce that budget to make the average monthly spend like $50. So if you were spending around $80 within the first 7 to 10 days, you can reduce that number to $40 or $35 later, so that your average daily spend is going to be around $50. So this strategy helps because you want to get as many phone calls as possible initially. Also, it can accelerate the learning period and you can get more data about your type of keywords, about the quality of the campaigns. And based on that, you can optimize your campaigns and keywords faster. So I would use this strategy if some client wants to see immediate results and they're not happy with their results and they don't want to wait for the learning period. I can use that strategy and I can give more budget initially, and later I can slowly reduce the budget so that the daily monthly spend is going to be around the same as we've planned it initially. And the next one would be to choose correct bid strategy. So there can be different types of bid strategies. To generate phone calls, you could be using maximize conversions, target CPA, maximize clicks, manual CPC. And if you are using maximize conversions and you're expecting to get results faster, you may not get results faster with maximize conversions because maximize conversions initially can spend much higher. So let's say your daily budget is $50 and your cost per click in your industry is $10. With maximize conversions bid strategy, you can spend $20, $30 cost per click. And it's completely normal with maximize conversions because it needs to learn, and you can get one phone call maybe with your budget, or you may not get phone calls at all because maximize conversions needs more time and it is automated bidding strategy, and after completing the learning period can then start working as normal. So if you are expecting to achieve results faster, you should be controlling your cost per click limits. So you should be either using manual CPC or you should be either using maximize clicks. Here you can see we are using manual CPC bid strategies with these three campaigns, and I'm using maximize conversions as a test here because it had enough data, and I'm using this bid strategy as a test. So that means if it can beat other campaigns, I can try to use this strategy to some of the other campaigns as well. But if you want to expect results faster and you want to have full control right from the beginning, you should use manual CPC. And with that way, you can control each and every keyword, and based on the results, you can start to optimize. But with maximize clicks, which is another type of bid strategy you can use, the CPC limits can be the same across all keywords in your account. And you cannot fully optimize each and every keyword because if you want to reduce the bid limit of maximize clicks, all the keywords bid limit will go down. But with manual CPC, you can adjust the bits of each and every keyword. So the best strategy to use right from the start would be manual CPC. And another good strategy if you want to get high quality phone calls from the beginning would be to add as many negative keywords as possible right from the beginning. So you should know which kind of keywords can be used by your potential clients and they may not be relevant to your keywords. So for example, users may search on Google your competitors' names and your ads can still show up because Google can show up your ads even if your competitor names are searched. So in order to not to have that kind of situation, you need to add as many competitor names as possible as negative keywords, and you can find those competitor names right from the start as well. So we can go to tools, and under planning we're going to go to keyword planner, and we're going to click on discover new keywords, and let's say we're going to choose smaller location. Rather than choosing United States, we're going to choose New York, and we're going to exclude countrywide targeting and only choose this one and click on save. And let's say our industry is going to be plumbing, so I'm using very short keyword so that we're gonna have the highest search volume and we can attract as many competitor names as possible so we can add them as a negative keyword. So we're gonna use this keyword only and click on get results. And from here, if you're gonna see all the results, there is a section called brand or non-brand. We're gonna uncheck them all and choose brand names. So we're gonna click on that. And as you can see, these look like a brand name, and we can see all their brand names, and we can check other brands as well. And we're gonna uncheck the service names, and we're gonna uncheck this one as well. Appliance, we're gonna uncheck that. So we're gonna keep only brand names. So once you have chosen them, just go through them once more because these kind of keywords can also include your target keywords because some companies choose generic keyword as their brand name. For example, I'm going to show you some companies may include your target keywords. So we're going to exit out of that and we're going to scroll down. As you can see, some keywords include non-brand names. So we can select all and uncheck only the ones which looks like non-brand names. So we're going to uncheck that. This was our target keyword, and we're going to uncheck that one as well. And after going through all of them, the rest look like a brand name. You're going to copy them all and target them as negative exact match keywords, and they're going to be excluded in the future if users search on Google these kind of keywords. So this can help you filter out the results beforehand, and you can save a lot of money right from the start. And the next thing, to increase the quality of the phone calls and to get phone calls from the start, you need to be using search campaign, because there are other types of campaigns as well, and you should be using only search campaign. So if you're going to click on that, create a new campaign, and our goal would be leads. And if we're going to continue, we have these types of campaigns, and we're going to only select search. We're not going to use performance max, demand gen, display, video. We're going to only use search, and it can generate highest quality customers. With performance max, it can also display your ads on display networks in which the users might not have highest intent because they're browsing different websites, and they can suddenly see your ad showing up, but they have a different intent. They were not actively searching for a service on Google. But if they were actively searching for a service on Google, there would be only solution. You should be only using search campaigns. Only search campaigns can show up on Google. But with Performance Max and Display, your ads can show up at different networks, and it can reduce the quality of your traffic. So this is also the key. Whenever I'm trying to generate high quality calls, I will use search campaigns. And the next best strategy would be, if you want to generate high quality phone calls and your users should know right from the start, they need to call to your business in order to solve their problem as soon as possible. So they are looking for some services, but they don't know what to do if once they see your ad. In order to do that, you should be using like call extensions, or your ad headlines should tell them call to your business. And this makes a big difference, because whenever I'm trying to create headlines and descriptions, I try to pin the headlines which includes my desired action, which is getting phone calls. So try to create your headlines that can urge users to contact your business, and the best way to contact your business is to call to your business rather than going to your website and submit a form. And the last way in the list, how to generate high quality phone calls, and you want to generate high quality phone calls from the beginning, you need to have a very good landing page that is designed to generate phone calls. So you should not have 3-4 types of call to actions that wants different actions from the users. You need to have one goal whenever somebody visits on your website. So they need to either call to your business, or they need to either submit a form. I would only use form submissions at the bottom of the page. So whenever they visit my website in after hours, and it might be late, and if they call it to your business and nobody is picking up, they can just scroll down, and at the bottom of the page they can submit the form. So whenever you can open your email, you can check that you have a form submission from a client. But otherwise, at the initial loading of the page, you need to have a call button at the center. Ideally, the best way would be at the center, and it should be different from the background color, and it should clearly tell that they need to contact your business by clicking on this button. And if they scroll down the page, another way would be to have a header with the call us button. So whenever they scroll down the page, they can always see the call us button, and they can call to your business and solve their problem. So these are the biggest factors I know that can help to generate phone calls to your business, and they can help to generate them from day one. So guys, again, if you want to know how I doubled the number of phone calls I get in Google Ads by including 2 strategies, you can click the link in the description below, and I'll send the video right away. Or if you want me to manage your Google Ads account and to generate phone calls like this, you can contact me as well. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video, and see you guys in my other videos.